When it comes to innovation from Apple, the iPhone SE 3rd generation isn't actually in the chapter. Hell, it's not even in the same book. So why are we even bother talking about it? Well, it's because the tech community and the haters are so wrong about this phone. There are plenty of things that Apple is doing to please the fanboys and even blowing the minds of some haters. For example, the new M1 line chips and what they're doing with them. When the iPhone SE 3 was announced, the tech critics just shook their heads and asked, why is Apple doing this? Why are they not updating this phone? This is the laziest Apple has ever been. While on the surface, it does look like Apple is calling it in. But this is one of the richest, smartest companies in the world. Don't you think they know that superfans would be annoyed? The fans would feel like Apple isn't listening to them? Well, yes, of course they know. They also knew that they had an opportunity to reach a much, much larger group of people. So if you're a superfan, this phone just isn't for you. This phone is for the guy whose old phone isn't working so well. He didn't do research for hours and hours on the internet, watching super technical reviews that he really doesn't understand. He goes into the store looking for a moderately priced phone and sees the one that looks and works just like the one that he's holding. He doesn't have to learn anything new. He sees that this is familiar, and what he knows is this phone has lasted for a ton of years already. What he doesn't care about is a $1,000 plus iPhone. He doesn't need to upgrade every time a new phone is released, and well, this phone has a home button. He can have all his current stuff moved to the new phone in a very small amount of time. Now, what he might not understand about this phone is that it has the same internals as the $1,000 plus iPhone. The support and functionality of this phone is gonna last for as long, if not longer, than the phone that he has now. Now that's something all these fanboys don't ever seem to grasp. He's paying $600 less, and he gets the satisfaction of not having to finance a phone for the next 2 years. Why do you think the last update on the SE was 2 years ago? Apple knows to spread out releases for those maybe not ready to upgrade. They are, again, looking for that much larger percentage of the pie. The other thing people might be looking for beyond the familiarity is the user experience. Will it just work? Now, I'll be the first to admit, as an Apple user, some things do get wonky at times, but the experience is still pretty solid. Battery life, can it last all day? Well, for the average consumer, yeah, it probably is gonna last all day. Camera and video, is it any good? I don't think you're really going to be all that disappointed. It does what you need. I've done the chin on phones for many, many years. I like the full screen. Home button, I could do without. I like the idea of the Face ID. Personally, I think it's faster. Now, for me, the camera is extremely important. I use the functionality of the 13 Pro all the time with the standard, the zoom, and the wide angle. This doesn't necessarily have that. In an instance, I've used it many a times where I love to have those different options. Also, battery life is extremely important for me. I'm on my phone sometimes all day, and the battery doesn't actually go all day, and that's a pretty big battery. This phone probably wouldn't last. I can admit that this phone, it probably isn't for me. Could I use it? Yeah, I could make it work, and it would probably do most of the things that I need. But again, I'm talking from my personal experience. This phone gives you 90%, or probably more, of what an $800 to $1,000 phone gives you. And if that's not a value-driven proposition, I don't know what is. Now, just in case you're someone who absolutely does not like Apple, why don't you go ahead and check out this video I did here on the Pixel 5a 5G. That might be more your speed. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next video.